Now,
Hey guys, back with another reloading video. Today we're talking about crimped in primer pockets and how to remove them. So here on the bench, you guys can see as we zoom in, this front row of cases right here is the Winchester NT brand brass, and you can see this extra little rim of brass right here on these case mouths, or on the primer pocket ledges. That's the crimp that they put on here. This back row is Federal, Blazer, and some Federals. You can see there's no extra brass on those. So just want to run down a couple quick methods of what you can do to remove those with a couple different products. Some people take a chamfer tool, like comes with your Lee kit. This is one that I made, put in a wood handle and put a bit on the back so I can run it in a drill press. Some people will take the chamfer tool and just stick it in here and give it a quick twist, and it will remove some of that material, and that way you can seat the primer a little bit easier. That concerns me. You're removing brass from the back of the case. Could get loose primer pockets that way. So one surefire way is to swage out your primer pockets. So a couple of different products that we're going to talk about today is the RCBS Primer Pocket Swager Tool 2. So this comes with the large and the small swagers. So pretty much what it is it's a button put in your single stage press. You set your brass on top of it, you run it up into a die, and it pushes it down, opens up your primer pocket, you pop it off, and you're good to go. The second one that we're going to be looking at today is the Dillon Super 600 Swage tool, which is pretty cool. Borrowed it from a buddy, so that way we could do this review and try it out, see if I want to invest the money in it. So first thing we'll show you guys is that these actually have a crimp. I had a discussion with an individual who said that they weren't crimped in. I believe that to be not true. So here you see we got my lead press set up. First one we're going to run is one of those Win NT cases. So got my small primer arm on there. Set this on here. And as I seat it, you can see, get the camera situated here, how much pressure right there. I'm feeling nothing but resistance. So as I come forward, and I hope I don't pop this primer, right there I got a lot of weight pushed against that, and you can see that the primer never went in. So those are definitely crimped. There, you probably saw and heard. Oh, there we go. Now it finally seated. So do not recommend that you guys try and seat primers and pockets that are not swaged or cleared for some reason. You can cause your primer to go off. Make sure you're wearing your safety glasses. So in comparison, here's a Federal case. I'll pop this one on here real quick, so that way you can see a normal primer. So as I move the camera back so that way you guys can see how much pressure this takes. Right there I'm feeling resistance from the primer. There you saw the handle go forward. Minimal effort to get that primer to seat in there. So Win NT cases, definitely crimped, so you got to remove it. So first setup we'll show you, since we're already over on this press, is the RCBS Primer Pocket Swager tool. So this is the button for the small, and here on the top of the press, this is the die that comes with it, so you can change the depth at which this seats. So how this works is your brass comes up, this knob pushes on the inside of the case and holds it in place, so that way when that button runs up against it, it doesn't stretch out your brass on the inside. Pretty simple tool. I found out using this Lee press that this comes with this little cup, and this cup has to be sitting just like this on here, so that way when you bring your press down, you can see that it's going to lift this cup up, and it's going to provide resistance to pop this brass off. Well, over here on the other side of the press, there's nothing here. So I had to cut a little piece of wood to sit over here, so this cup has something to push against on all three sides of the press. So I'll show you a quick run. So these sit on here just barely, so if you get it centered, and then all you got to do is just run it up right there. It's swaged out. Bring this down, and you can see it just takes a little bit of effort, pops that off of there. So in real time, same case. Now we'll check the effort on how hard this is to prime now that we've swaged out that pocket. So drop a primer on there, get this case seated. Now as I move the camera back, you can see how right there's resistance, primer seated. Good as new. So RCBS pocket swager works pretty good. It's not the fastest primer pocket swaging tool on the market. I'll do another one so you guys can see it. And just run that up. Feel the tension. Get my block back down here. Push down, nice firm pressure, and you're done. That's really about it on how that one works. And this one comes with two different pins for the inside for your different case lengths and sizes, and then it comes with two different button sizes for your large and small. So the small, this one will work for both pistol and rifle, and then the large works for both pistol and rifle as well. So you only need two buttons, and you get two different lengths for this part of the die as well. So it's pretty much universal. It's not too bad. Again, very rudimentary, quick, easy, and effective. I've ran a couple thousand cases off of this. Crimped 9mm, crimped 45, military 7.62 by 51, and it does the job. It's a little bit slower. So that's that one. So now we're going to move over here real quick, and we'll show you the Dillon Super 600. So this I borrowed from a buddy. He's just getting into reloading, and he's got some other projects on the forefront before he can really get his reloading started. So I told him that if his Dillon Super 600 was feeling a little bit lonely, I had a place on my bench that it could stay for a little bit. I could borrow it, run it through its paces, and see how it works. And so far, I like it pretty good. Very simple, and it works. So one little quick tip that people have done in the past is right back over here. You can see I just used a little twist tie to put on the shaft right here, and it comes back to the spring, so as you let go of the tension on this, it automatically pulls that up. Some people mess with the bottom of the press or put a little channel down here, so that way when you let go, this will actually come all the way up, and then they'll put a sheet back over here, or a t-shirt or something, and the brass will just fly and hit that, and then it'll sit down in a little trough. So it's like an auto ejector. This isn't mine, it's just borrowed, so we just did a little rudimentary quick guy. So how this one works is you got different pilots. So this comes with a small rifle or a small pilot for your small pistol and your smaller rifles. It comes with the larger one for larger rifles, and then it comes with a pistol one as well. So it's neck down. As I bring the camera over to the side, you can see that it's got two different on it. So this one is for like your 9mm and your 380s, and then this one's for like your 40s and your 45s. So you can see the 45 kind of wiggles on there. So again, it's really easy. So all you do is you bring this down. So as I bring the camera back so you can see the full action. So this is your starting point, handle forward, bring your brass down, and it's got a little spring action down here where it'll automatically align, and as you bring the handle forward, right there, it just swages that brass. And this comes up, and just swaged out your pocket. So it's pretty much the same thing as what you guys saw on the RCBS. So just to give you a little bit ease of... So this is what the swager looks like. Let's see if I can get this to focus in here. So this is for the large pistol, large rifle. So same thing, it's got a little button, and that is encased down right here. So as you bring this handle down, the lobe down here pushes this forward into the primer pocket, swages it out, and then as you bring this back up, there's a little block right here, so it keeps the brass from getting sucked back in as it pulls the little nipple out. And you can feel it if you get misaligned. This one takes way less effort. It's not on a press, and if you want to, you can mount it to like the quick mounting system like I did for my lead presses over here, which is what I'm probably going to do for him since he let me borrow it. I'm going to make him one of these, paint it Dillon blue, and kind of do the same thing, so that way when he's not using it on his bench top, he can just unmount it real quick, slide it back down underneath the bench wherever he wants it at, so that way it's not permanently hard mounted onto his bench top. If I was to go back and change my mind and reinvest in a swaging system, it'd probably be this guy. It's fast, it's easy, it's simple, it doesn't take up your press like other swaging systems do, and it doesn't remount your pockets too much. Just to show you guys real quick how the this little tool works. So I'll do one. So you just, some nice firm pressure, stick it in there, give it a couple little twists, and then as you can see, maybe, it just barely removes the edge on the inside of that, and there you can see in that tool the brass that it removed. And then I'll come over here to the press real quick and I'll just show you how it opens that pocket up, so that way it opens up that primer mouth, so that way you can seat the primers in there. So right there is the first level of tension and seated. So that method works too. Again, you got to be very careful with the amount of tension and pressure that you use, so that way you don't take too much brass off. Other people have also used, I think they're like 1/4-inch countersinks, and they'll put it on a drill, and then you just take your case and you just lightly touch it onto that countersink, and it does the same thing that I just did with that other one. Like I kind of showed you guys, I just took a large wooden dowel, I don't remember the size of it, cut out the inside to put that chamfer tool in there, and then I drilled a hole and tapped in a hex, blank hex, or an old screwdriver bit, I don't remember what it was, so that way I can just chuck this up into my drill if I need to, if I'm running a large batch of cases. Just like that. And here we go, there's some brass. So if I need to, all I gotta do is just run that a little bit, just like that, and then it cleans out that primer pocket. So I did that way back when I got bored one day and was trying to fix stuff. So that's our video. If you guys got any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the comments section below. Please subscribe to our channel and keep coming back. We got another video coming up to show you guys the difference between the Frankfurt Arsenal wet tumbler and the Harbor Freight dual drum tumbler for processing your brass. So keep tuning in, keep coming back for videos, and let us know if you guys want to see anything. Thanks.